Hey everybody, it's pretty cool. Check it out. Good luck on your homework.
Hey guys, Mr. Turner once again, doing two-step word problems. Again, one thing we want to remember is when we did the one-step word problems, we looked for three things inside the equation. It always helps to try to find out what we have and what we know first. So let's look at this. Dan bought 5 new baseball trading cards to add to his collection. The next day, his dog ate half of his collection. There are now only 45 cards left. How many cards did Dan start with? So let's write down what we know. Dan bought 5 cards. So if he bought 5 cards, he added 5 cards to his collection. So he bought that. Okay, let's see if we can get that in there. Boy, that's a mess. But he bought 5 cards. Okay. The next day, his dog ate half. So the dog ate half. And let's see, what else do we know? Oh, now he has 45 cards. So now he has 45 cards, right? And let's see, what do we want to know? How many cards did Dan start with? So we don't know what that amount is. That's an unknown again. So when we have an unknown, we give that a variable. We give it a letter to try to find out what that is. So let's call it X equals starting. How much he started with, right? So now we got to put that into an equation that makes sense so we can solve it. So let's see. He had 5 baseball cards that he added to his collection, and then the dog ate half of it. So he started off with this many. He added 5 that he bought, and then his dog ate half. And now he only has 45. That's one way to make that sentence make sense. So let's take a look. So he started with this many, and then he added 5 that he bought, and then his ridiculous dog came and ate half of his collection. So we have to divide that by 2. That's half. And what he has left is 45. And there's our equation. Now we can solve. So, knowing how we do this, x plus 5 over 2 means divided by 2. So we do the opposite. So we'll multiply by 2. Get out of there. So multiply by 2, and you can say 2 over 1 if you'd like. This crosses out and leaves us with just x plus 5. Then, if we did it to this side, we have to do it to this side. So I'm going to multiply that by 2 as well, and 45 times 2 is 90. Okay? Now we have our one-step equation. X plus 5 equals 90. To get the x by itself, we're going to do the opposite of the 5, which is a positive 5, so we will subtract 5. And if I do it to this side, I have to do it to this side. So this goes away, and we get x equals 85. Which, if we plug it back into our equation, makes sense. 85 for x. So here, I'll just put that up there. 85 plus 5 is 90. Divided by 2 is 45. So that works. We like that one. Let's do another one. Keith sold half of his comic books and then bought 8 more. He now has 17. How many to begin with? So again, he sold half, and then he bought 8, so that's adding 8, right? And he now has 17, so now he has a total of 17, and our variable is how many did he begin with? So beginning, get out of there. So let's use B this time, the beginning. Okay? So now we need to put the sentence in shape here. So Keith sold half of his comic books and then bought 8 more. So his beginning number, what did he start with? He started with B. So B, and he sold half of them. So we divide that by 2, right? And then after he did half of that, he added 8. And then Oh, let's see here. Oops, I'm sorry. I keep hitting the button there. He added 8. And then he has, let's see, what does he have now? 17. Okay. Again, you have to just kind of take your time and put this together, read it as it is, and write it as it is, and that way you can get your equation. So we know in our 2 steps, we're going to work our way back to the b. First thing we're going to do is let's get rid of this 8. It's spoiling the party a little bit. Here, I'll even change colors because we're having so much fun. So we're going to subtract 8. And if I do it from one side, stop that. If I do it from one side, I have to do it to the other side. So this crosses out and gives us just b over 2. In this, I have 17 minus 8, which is going to be 9, right? Okay. Okay, so now I have b over 2. This is division, so we do the opposite. I'm going to multiply by 2. And then if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. This will cross out and give me just b. Hey, come on now. Well, if I can get it on there, equals 9 times 2, which is 18. Let's go back and look at our equation. 18 divided by 2 is 9, right? So if I put 18 in here for b, 18 divided by 2 is 9, plus 8 would be 17. And that is correct. Oh, come on now. And that is correct. 9 plus 8 is 17. So there's another one. As always, feel free to ask questions. Anything I can do to help, let me know.